Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping.
Hi Munchies, welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to say that. I've missed you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for still being here. Yo guys, thank you so much for the check-ups, for the well wishes, everything guys. A lot of you guys were coming to the comment section, checking what's happening, asking what's happening. Some of you guys came to my DMs, and guys, my DMs are a mess, guys. My DMs are there's just a whole lot of messages, and I don't get to see every single one of your message, but I did see the ones that I did. Also on the comment sections when I would post a picture. Thank you guys so much for coming through to ask if I'm okay, to check when I'm posting, and thank you guys, and thank you guys for sticking around even when I wasn't around. Thank you guys so much. I missed you all so much, and I'm so happy to be back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Innocentia Mawelwana Dimakazo Serena Manchidi. Yes, those are all my names besides Serena. I really like her. But thank you so much for being here. If you're new, please subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for still being here, Manchi. You know I love and appreciate you. I saw a lot of new Manchis that have joined the channel. A lot of you guys were saying you guys joined the channel and you've been binge watching and catching up. Thank you so much, and welcome to you too. To my returning Manchis, to my day ones, you guys know I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything, guys, for the checkups, for the messages, for still being here, for coming and saying I'm rewatching whichever other video. You guys are amazing. I can never thank you enough. Thank you so much. May God bless you for me. So guys, this is going to be a catch-up video. I'm going to be catching you guys up on everything, or most things. And I'm going to be giving you guys just a bit of a life update. You know, I'm going to open up to you guys because there's a lot that I've been keeping to myself, because I just felt like, you know what, it'll pass and I'll probably never need to talk about it, and some of it has, some of it hasn't. And I just feel like, you know what, I owe it to you guys because I have shared so much, and some of you guys were asking questions and follow-up questions to stuff I've mentioned on videos, stuff I've shown on the videos. And I just feel like let me come through and just give you guys just an update of everything. I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible. This video might be all over the place, so please bear with me, because I'm going to try and tackle a whole lot of things and still trying to keep it brief. But yeah, you know what, actually let's get into it without wasting any more time. Right, so I do have a few notes that I made down here, so I'm just going to be looking down to just make sure that I don't digress too much, even though I do feel like I will eventually. But without wasting any time, where have I been? Yo guys, so I've been around. I've actually been around. I was posting here and there on my Instagram and Facebook. Now I have a Facebook page, guys, now, so please go and like. If you're on Facebook, please go and like my page. It's Ino Manchidi, the name. Please like my page. I am trying to be a lot more active on Facebook as well, for my people that are also on Facebook and not on Instagram, because I'm more of an Instagram person, but I noticed that there's also people on Facebook that don't have Instagram that would also like to, you know, interact and everything. So I created that page, and I am trying to be very active. I think I've been doing quite well. So please, if you have Facebook, like my page, Ino Manchidi. Thank you very much. So I've been around, guys. I have been posting here and there, like I said, but I wasn't okay in December, guys. I had a very difficult December. 2022 as a whole, as a year for me, was a very difficult year. I think I did share quite a bit about it. The biggest thing being that I lost my aunt, who was practically my mother, in April, and that was just the start of 2022 being a horrible year for me. So yeah, it was a very difficult year, and I tried to keep it moving as best as I could. There's a clip that says show a time that you were going through the worst time, something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. It says show a time where you were going through a lot but nobody noticed, and for me it was the whole of 2022. 2022 was very hard for me. I just had to keep it moving because life has to go on, and that's the painful part about suffering a loss, the fact that at some point you just need to pick yourself up. It doesn't matter how you're feeling, it doesn't matter if you've recovered, it doesn't matter if you've healed, you need to move on with life, you know. So I lost my aunt in April, and that was just very difficult for us as a family, and the healing process has not been going well. It's not getting better for me. I mean, I am moving. I have made a bit of progress because I'm able to, you know, even talk about it now without even crying or getting emotional. But it was a very difficult year, and that was the start of it being a difficult year. It started off very well, but yeah, it spiraled out of control all the way till December. December, guys, December was probably the worst after April. It was probably the worst month of, yeah, no, guys, it got bad in like December, guys. In a nutshell, we call it Satani, guys. About satanic emoto, it's not a joke, guys. Satanic emoto. Anyway, we'll get into that. But yes, guys, I've been around. I was just like I said, because December was also another horrible month. I just felt like I couldn't carry on. I did not plan to disappear, to be honest. I had no intentions of not vlogging, not posting in December. I had a whole lot of content planned for you guys that I needed to post, and I was looking forward to that as usual. But my December then went a whole different direction, and I just felt that my cup was empty and I had nothing to offer, and I needed to, you know, I needed to fill my cup, guys. I needed to fill my cup. I needed to be there for myself. And I was really unable to carry on and do a whole lot of other things. It's not just YouTube that I wasn't doing, guys. There's a whole lot of things I had abandoned. A part of me was also abandoned. I even abandoned myself, the way I felt empty. But I needed the time out to just fill my cup again, and also go through what I was going through so that I can come back stronger and work on myself. And because also this hit me, this was something that even, I think I could say that 2022 was a year that I probably got to feel what depression feels like. You know, I always hear about people being depressed, and I didn't think I could relate until last year, all the way till December. December, hi guys, mangicabanga nje eka December. Hi. But anyway, so yes, guys, I was just filling my cup to just summarize everything I needed to, and after losing my aunt, I just, everything else started getting affected from the loss of my aunt. So guys, I'm going to try and be as brief as possible about this because it's a very long, complicated story, and I think I'm ready to open up about it now, because I had sort of started showing you guys bits and pieces of what I'm about to share, and I wasn't necessarily explaining what's happening, and I feel that I owe it to you guys. Some of you guys have been coming back to the comment section and saying, hey, you know, there's this that you mentioned and you never came back to tell us what exactly it is. You never came back to give us an actual update about it. So guys, lost, okay, no, let me actually take it a bit back, right? So when I was about to complete varsity, I remember having a conversation with my sisters, telling them that I want to open a daycare or a beauty salon, right? And those are two other things that I'm really passionate about outside of what I do and what I studied. I really wanted a daycare or a beauty salon because I love working with children. I love beauty as well. And I equipped myself with a whole lot of knowledge about both sides, and I had to make a decision about which one to go for. I remember talking to my on-screen mom Konisbia, and explaining to her that, Mama, she had a daycare at the time. And I said, Mama, I want a daycare. I want to open a daycare as well. And it was part of my research, talking to people that already own daycares. And I was just fortunate enough that I had someone that was that close to me that could give me the ins and outs. And she literally shared everything with me. I remember she even sat down and broke down to me how to draw up a constitution, sent me an example of her constitution, how I can oh guys, she was just so helpful about it. She referred me to people, and with all the research I gathered, I was also doing the same on the beauty side, and I was doing my research, talking to people. And as much as I felt like I loved them equally, I was leaning more to the beauty industry, because I just felt like with a daycare, you're working with children, you're working with like a vulnerable group, and it's a lot more sensitive if you're not gonna be there every single day. It needs you to be there every single day because, guys, yeah, no, it's a lot more sensitive when it comes to children. So I just felt like maybe at that point of my life, it's not the direction I should be taking. And because also there was just that extra percentage, when it came to the beauty salon, because I loved beauty, I've always loved beauty. I've always been that, even growing up, because I started loving beauty at a very young age, and I used to explore with my hair, with my face. I was that child, I loved my nails. I loved all things beauty. I've always been that girl. I was a very girly girl, and I knew that that's another side of me that I wanted to make something out of, one day get to work with that. Because for me, I believe that you can always turn your passions into something that you could make a living out of. So I'm very passionate about the arts, and I was fortunate enough to be able to make a living out of that. I'm very passionate about linguistics. I'm very blessed to be able to make a living out of that. And I also love children. I would still like to work with children. I'll see in what way, I'll see in what way. I think with our foundation, with the Manchidi Foundation, I'll be able to tackle that and tap into that a bit more in a safer scale than what I would have been able to offer when it came to a daycare at this point, right? And I just love beauty. It's a very broad industry. It's an industry that needs you to work hard, put in the work, get training. Probably every single year you need to be upgrading your skills. Beauty is very complex, but I love it. So I decided to go with beauty, and I remember telling my sisters. I remember my little sister was saying, just decide already, because at some point I was like, no, the daycare is what I'm going with, and then we'd do the research, and then we'd be stalking daycares, we'd be visiting daycares, and then the following week I'd be like, no, I promise, I'm going with the salon. Then we go to salons, then we do our research, then we talk to people, and then no, I'm going back to the day, So I remember my little sister saying that, I'm giving you a whole month to decide what you want. I'm not interested in you going back and forth because I'm tired of you. And I also wanted to, make a decision and stick to it. And I did stick to the salon. That was around 2018, right? And that's what I decided that I'm going to do. And I wanted to first get done with school, because since matric, I was studying and working at the same time. And I just felt like I wasn't going to be able to do it while I was studying and working. And then I still want to get into this as well. So as soon as I completed university, I started doing my research on this. And once I had finally settled on the beauty side, I then started doing the research, talking to people, this and that. And then that was around 2018. 2019 is the year I got married. I made a deliberate, conscious decision that I am going to focus on settling into marriage before I try to open the business. Before I tried to open the business, because I wanted to give it my 100%, but I also wanted to give myself 100% attention as I transition into being a wife, and as I transition into living with someone, and all the changes that come with being married. So I decided, I'll just spend the whole 2019 just doing my research and gently settling into marriage, right? And I thought the following year I'm getting into it. Following year is COVID year. 2020 COVID hit, and obviously the beauty industry was one of the hardest hit industries. And I basically just had to abandon mission for that year. I just had now to be bitter and sad, and not be able to carry on with that. And then 2021 is when I decided, I am going in. When COVID started, when restrictions started opening up, when the country started, it's a couple of hours later, but we are still here, guys. We're still doing this. There'll probably be another distraction, but we are doing this, come rain or shine. So I was talking about 2021 and COVID restrictions getting lighter. And that's when I decided to start again, because now the beauty industry was also slowly opening up as well. And by then, everything was registered, if I recall correctly, and it was just really a matter of starting and operating, right? So 2021, I start with my now searching for a place to operate from, and that is, oh guys, that is a tedious process. Looking for a shop was hell. We looked and looked and looked. It's either the places I liked were already they already had a salon in the center, or the places where there would be a place vacant, I wouldn't really like the place, so it was just a whole year of that, and it was just so exhausting, right? And then around June, July, I got a place that would be like a second option to what I actually wanted, right? But it was decent enough, so I went ahead with that place. And the center management had an issue with the fact that I don't already have an established salon operating already. So I don't have existing clientele, and it's risky for them to put in someone that is probably not going to succeed. And that's going to mean that they'll probably have problems with the person paying rent and everything. And, I tried by all means to convince them. And it was just a back and forth like that until around I think it was around September, when they decided that no, actually we can't take that risk. So fine, I let go of that place, continued to look with no luck. And then around November, they came back. The same people came back. And they said, are you still interested? Are you still looking for a place? We're thinking of giving you a chance. And guys, at that point, I was just like, Lord, please make this happen. I'll do anything. My husband was like, let's even offer them a bigger deposit than what they're asking for, so that they can see that we're capable of this and we're serious and everything, guys. And I was so scared that if these people change their minds again, where am I going to find another place? Because I'm struggling so much. This is around November, beginning of November. And we started with the paperwork and everything went well. And then by end of November, they had already given us the contract. Beginning of December, we had the contract. We filled everything in, and now my husband is like, before we can return the contract, we need to give it to a lawyer. We need to give it to someone to have a look at it and make sure that we're not either getting ourselves into things that the fine print will probably get us into some trouble one day, or we probably won't be able to fine print, guys, legal fine print that either you won't understand because of the jargon, the legalese, or you are just too excited and you probably just miss some important things, right? But the lawyer that was supposed to have a look at our things, because it was December and I guess it was hectic, said that she would need 3 to 4 days to have a look at it. And I was like, no ways. No ways we're spending another almost a whole week without returning this contract. I will read it myself. Biggest mistake ever, guys. Don't ever tell yourself that you're gonna, unless if it's like a simple contract, 1-2 page contract that you can make out on your own. But big contracts, don't ever think you can get away with reading them yourself. That was the biggest mistake I ever made. First business lesson, which was a very painful lesson, but we'll get to that. So I'm just so excited, and I don't want to lose this place. I'm so desperate to have this place, and I feel like if I am to spend another 3 days or so without returning this contract, these people will change their minds, or they'll get someone else or whatever. So I tell Bonka that I will read through this myself, and I go ahead and I read it myself, guys. And I think it makes sense. I'm just so happy. I'm like, what more can I need? What more? Like, what could possibly go wrong? Phew, guys, that was a huge mistake on my side. Anyway, I returned the contract. We get the keys beginning of December. I think some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, we posted us at the place holding the keys, also excited. And that's when we did the vlog where we went to show you guys, even though I didn't explain what was happening, but we showed you guys. We went to a building and we showed you guys the place, and I said that I will let you guys know. The vlog was titled introducing you to our new baby or something like that. The vlog is there. It's like one of my 2021 December vlogs. So we went there, we vlogged, we're like, oh my word. So I tell Punk, I'm like, no, I'm not going to reveal what it is until we're about to launch. And it's also exciting, but I decided that because it's December and I was working throughout 2021 December, I won't have the time to give it attention for the renovations and everything. So we'll do renovations and everything we need to do in January, right? so that we can open and launch in February for my birthday month. So that was going to be like a birthday gift from me to me type of thing. And it was going to open on my birthday month. I was even hoping to open on my birthday. Anyway, December passes and then January. Come January, we start with renovations. We start with, I actually even wanted to change the tiling of the place because I didn't like the tiling. It was brown, but I just felt like it's something that the center should be doing because I'm going to leave that place one day. I just have a lease. When my lease expires, if I do this tiling on my own, then it means that you guys get to keep the tiling and I leave and I spent all this money on it. And the center didn't want to do the tiling and it was just a whole lot of stuff, So the renovations ended up taking a little longer than I wanted them to, but it wasn't too bad. And we bought all the furniture. We bought some of the equipment, some of the smaller equipment. And then the only thing I had not bought was products because I wanted to involve the people that are going to be using the products in buying the products. As much as I am knowledgeable in terms of products, but they are probably much more knowledgeable because it's what they work with every day. So everything seemed to be coming together. The biggest challenge then came up, which was the carpentry. Hey guys, the carpentry is basically the biggest thing in the shop because we need shop fittings, we need the workstations, we need the nail table. I had not bought a ready-made nail table. I was getting it made because I wanted a specific one. So the carpentry is a big part in a salon because, you've got cupboards, storage cupboards, you've got the working stations, you've got just a whole lot of things that need carpentry. It's basically the overarching big thing of the salon. And once that is not going well, you practically cannot open even with the rest of the furniture that you have, So the carpenter that we had got was doing us so dirty and I was just getting so frustrated, and I don't even want to get into that, but eventually we got, so that was now in February. So February came and all of this drama with the carpentry was happening in February. And mind you, I have a goal, I have a date that I've set for myself that by my birthday I want to be opening. If my birthday doesn't happen, then at least by the end of February, it's still within my birthday month. It's still sentimental. It still has meaning to me. My birthday month came and went with all the carpentry drama. And by March, I was still with that drama. I was still trying to sort that out. But then by March, we got these amazing people. They are called Emilia Services. And, I'm just going to plug them either way. These people are just amazing. They came through. They did measurements. I'm going to show some clips on the screen. They did measurements. And they were like, we can literally do this this is now, this is now April, just by the way, right? March, I was still dealing with the previous carpenter. So April comes and we are now dealing with the new guys and they are like, no, listen, we can do this in a week or so. But now in April, I had a location shoot in Venda and I was going to leave sometime in April. I wasn't sure of the date at that time and I didn't want them to start working and then I leave them working. So I was like, let me rather go to Venda than when I come back. When I come back, then you guys can work with me present, right? Just before we go to Venda, it's our anniversary, and literally the day after our anniversary, we wake up to the news of my aunt's passing, and that is when my world changed, guys. That is when my world changed. Everything started going bad from there, basically. I had the location shoot about 2 days after my aunt's passing, and oh guys, it was just a mess. I was just a mess. I remember at work they were even offering that I don't come to the location shoot, but I knew that would be selfish of me because that was gonna mean that basically the location shoot had been booked, everything has been booked, it's gonna be so complicated, it's gonna affect everyone. So it was now just a very difficult time for me. I wasn't okay. I came back from the shoot and I went straight to Hammarskraal, and it was the funeral, and after the funeral we all just fell apart as a family. We literally all just fell apart and no one was okay, and it was so hard to separate after everything. We had to relocate my granny to our house, my parents' house, that is, because she used to stay with my aunt. It was just, yeah guys, it was just a lot. Basically my life changed also. It took another drastic heavy change last. Sure. So then the funeral was done, and it was now May, because the funeral was end of April. Now it was May, and I was just out of it. I wasn't in the mood for anything. I couldn't carry on with anything. And I just decided I'm just going to take May to just come down and, come back to myself, find myself again, find my feet again. And, also just assist my mom with settling into her new reality of not having, now she had officially lost all her siblings, and my granny had officially lost 3 of her children, and she was just left with 1 child, which is my mother. So I just wanted to be there for them, so, and also I just wasn't in the mood for anything anymore. So obviously I didn't give the whole salon thing attention then. That was May, and then June came, and mid-June I was like, what, I need to go back to life. I need to get back to life. I need to pick myself up and carry on with this. And I had not been to the salon center the whole of May. So when I went in June, I'm going to try and summarize this as best as I can, because this is where things get complicated. When I went in June, this is now me going to just check up on the shop and do some cleaning, because I didn't go the whole month. Do some cleaning, and then the renovations, in terms of renovations, everything was done. We just needed the carpentry to be fitted, and then the furniture is already there, and then I go buy products and everything else is ready. So when I go back to the shop in June, guys, about 2-3 shops away from the salon, there was a barber shop, and the barber shop used to cut Caucasian hair, and obviously my salon was going to cater for ethnic hair, and we were just now full on beauty. We were going to be doing your hair, your nails, your makeup, everything beauty related, or rather most things, right? So I didn't have a problem with the fact that there's a barber shop right next to me. They also were catering for a specific kind of hair, completely different from ours. They didn't mind that I'm coming in. I didn't mind that they were there. So that was fine. So when I come, I see that the barber shop, I can see that there's black people in the barber shop, and I'm not seeing those guys that I used to see. So I go in, and I notice that these people have not even have, like, they have a price list. They, like, the setup is completely different. So I go in and I introduce myself, and I say, oh, where are the people, the owners of the barbershop? And they're like, oh no, it's no longer a barbershop. We have taken over. It's now a salon. I'm like, oh, what are you guys going to be doing here? We're going to be doing hair. We're going to be doing nails. We're going to be doing, guys, literally the same services that I was going to be offering. And they're doing the same kind of hair as well. They're also going to be doing ethnic hair. And I was not told about this. So I asked these people that, did the center management tell you guys that there's a salon just about 3 shops away from you guys? And they said, yeah, no, they did tell us, but we were okay with that. It's okay. And maybe this is me being a chicken. Maybe this is me not being, business wise or business savvy. But for me, I was not okay with that. Firstly, that center is very small. It's less than 10 shops in that center, and it meant that already 2 of those shops are going to be salons that are catering for the same people and offering the same services. I was like, no ways. I call the center management, and it's already quite late in the day. When I call the center management, they're like, oh yeah, no, we forgot to tell you. We're planning on talking to you about it and just letting you know, but these people are already in, and you've already let them know, but you didn't think of letting me know. Hey guys, I lost my marbles. The next day I came to work. Luckily I had a short day, and as soon as I finished, I went straight to the offices. And guys, I was so mad. I was so mad. What I appreciated about them is that they took full responsibility, and they were very remorseful. They were very sorry. But for me, it was like, it doesn't help that you're so sorry, but you've already got people in. What do we do? What's the way forward? And they started telling me about, oh no, it's fine. We're going to actually involve our lawyers to try and get these people out. And obviously I'm feeling bad about that, because these people have also settled in. It's also not their fault that these people okayed them to come in. But also, I'm also now torn in between the fact that, but what does that mean for me? This is now a new business I'm trying to get into with I don't have clientele yet. I'm going to build everything from the ground. I can't have direct competition like this. I know that competition is normal. I know that there can be a McDonald's and a KFC in the same center, but there can't be a KFC and a KFC in the same center. That was literally what it was going to be. It was going to be a KFC and a KFC in the same center, in a very small center at that. So I wasn't going to have that. So they bring in their legal team to have a look at my contract for loopholes of how they could get the other people out. And guys, remember that December when I was so excited about signing the contract? We didn't even have anyone look at it. I thought that I could read through the contract myself, and I signed. And now when they're looking for loopholes, there's literally not even a clause that protects me from the center not having another salon that offers the very same services. And they look, and there's nothing. No, unfortunately, there's nothing. But what we can do is just negotiate with these guys to move out and get them another place to go. You know, and when they sell that idea to those other guys are like, no, we're not going anyway. It's not our fault, which honestly it isn't. It's not our fault, and we don't mind operating with another salon here. And I just knew that's going to be very unhealthy competition, especially for me. I don't know for them. They've probably been in the business longer than I've been, and they are a lot more stronger, and they know that these things happen. And I know it's something like a salon. You can find a salon here and right across the street. But that was literally within the same... guys, I know, I just felt that I can't do that. I can't do that. Not, at least not when I am opening. And I got advice that I should have just went with it. I got different advice with regards to my decision, but I still feel like it was best for me to not, at least not for the very first time when I open. Maybe once I've settled in, I'd be a lot more comfortable with having direct competition right next to me, you know. So these people try to negotiate, and these people say, no, we're not going anywhere. We don't mind operating with these people. And I then go to them, I'm like, okay, let's see how we can make this work. So how do you guys think we can make this work and have healthy competition? You know, if now I'm charging 200 Rand for something and you're also charging 200 Rand for something, we're trying to come up with solutions. And these guys, like, plain out tell me that if you charge 200 for something, we'll make it 150. If you make it 150, we'll make it 100 Rand. Plain out, guys, plain out. They were not being rude or anything, but they were really just telling me their truth. And I was like, hey, well, guys, are you guys serious? They're like, yeah, no. I'm like, but then, and then I asked Uguti, but where does that leave us in terms of the business side of things and making profit? They're like, we don't care about profit. This is now going to be a competition. Hey, guys, that's when I knew that, you know what, I'm not going to win. And if the contract does not protect me, there's some vlogs last year where I was saying that I'm busy in some legal battles and I wasn't okay. And I was sharing in those vlogs that there's some legal back and forths that I'm busy doing. And I think this took us a good 3 months of us trying to work things out. You know what? Eventually, I just got tired, and I just felt like this year has already drained me so much. And I've been working on this idea, on this business for so long, and I don't want to lose the interest for it because the journey that I'm taking for it is becoming so toxic, you know. So I decided that I'm gonna walk away. I tell my legal team that, listen, I'm okay. I just want to walk away. What is it that I can walk away with? Because my contract says that if I leave before 12 months of the lease is finished, then I will forfeit my deposit. So when we approached the center management about that, the center management, because they had taken full responsibility, said that, you know what, we're going to give you your deposit in full. It is all our fault, but we can't give you the rent that you've been paying. But we'll give you all your deposit in full, guys. And mind you, we had put in a little extra for our deposit because we wanted to impress them. We wanted to secure the place and make them see that, guys, we're serious about this. We're not gonna, fail along the way. We're gonna work really hard. And we had assured them that even if the business doesn't do well, Tina, from our side, in terms of rent, you guys will be covered no matter what. Guys, we lost so much money there. But at least we got our deposit back, and they also offered to pay us 1 month extra worth of rent, which is, by the way, nothing compared to the amount that we had paid for the rent already. But anyway, guys, I was just grateful that I could walk away and still get my deposit. So that is basically what then happened in terms of that. And I don't want to, this is me now also giving you the long short of it, because there is a whole lot of things, that happened in between, but it's okay. I decided to walk away. I decided to just, I told Bonga that, let's just move on with life. It hurts that we've lost so much money. Last year, we made a decision that we are going to deprive ourselves of so much so that we can make this business work, so that we can invest in it, because our savings for the business only covered the furniture and just a bit of the renovations. But in terms of the rent and everything, we had to pay that from our own pocket. It was around October when I decided to walk away. And November, we went back to the drawing board, started searching for places again, that struggle again, and basically the long short of it was that I walked away. I have not walked away from this. I feel that I am so in love with it. I feel that God placed that business idea in my mind and the love for it and the passion for it for a reason. So I'm not going to give up on it. However, I just felt that I needed to let go at that point. I am still looking for places. It is a tedious process, but I'm patient with it now. And I'm no longer desperate. So even when something comes up, I'm going to evaluate. I'm going to give a lawyer a good 2 weeks to have a look at everything and not find myself where I was. So that was a very bad experience, horrible experience, and it added to the kind of year I was having. So I was just exhausted by the time that the last quarter of the year had approached. When I thought that nothing could get worse, December came, guys. Hey guys, December was now just the cherry on top of my horrible year. It was, hey guys, guys. Well, I wonder if I thought that 2022 was horrible and I'm letting go of the salon because I don't want to deal with anything else that's bad. Then came December, guys. I was tested in every possible way. Now I'm thinking, you know what, the year has finally ended and I am done, and I'm just gonna wind down and forget about everything and move on with my life. Hi bo. Oh, December, what? Not quite, girl. Oh, December, what? Not quite, girl. And I basically started from zero in terms of where I was. I felt like the pain that I was in was equivalent to what I was feeling when I lost Mama in April, So, long short of it, we started getting calls with my husband. Actually, we had been getting calls for quite some time, but they intensified around that time. And we were basically being told to be careful, to watch our back, to be careful of this and this and that, right? And it was just so confusing. And basically, we were being told that what was said was that I did not realize that you guys had people that hated you guys so much. And I was like, me and my husband have people that hate us. I mean, of course, guys, not everyone will like you, but I don't think that there were people that hated us to a point where we would even need to be careful and, look out and be on the lookout, because one thing about my husband and I, guys, if you know us, we just mind our own business. We are just living our own lives. We're not in anybody's face. We are just, we are basically in the background and we're just doing us. We're just really happy doing us, only to find out that there's people that are out to get us, and it was a very uncomfortable time because also you don't know what to be careful of. You don't know if you should be careful when you leave the house. You don't know if you should be careful. Like, you don't know how to watch your back, what it means. And as things started happening, things started revealing themselves and things started making sense, and God started revealing things and people to us. And it was the most unexpected thing ever, the most unexpected people ever. But because dilo tsa lefatshe, dilo tsa Modimo work themselves out the way they do, things happened the way they happened. And it broke me, guys. I remember after everything happened, I had to go do my show, my radio show. And I was doing a link. There was a link I was doing, sounding very happy with tears rolling down my cheeks. And that's when I knew that, guys, if I thought I was depressed from Mama's death, if I thought I was depressed from the salon, this is just now the cherry on top, you know. And oh, guys, I need to go. I'm going to round off. I'm going to try and round this off very quickly. I just felt like this was the cherry on top, guys. But because God had revealed so much to us when everything happened, it was just like, oh, that's, you know, sorry about that, guys. I need to go now. So everything started revealing itself. Once everything happened, it was more of a confirmation, and I was so at peace. But because, you know, it's also from people that you least expect. It's just now a bombshell that's now finally revealing itself, and it hurts. You're in pain. You are just going through the most now, and I just felt like if I really am wanting to continue with this mentality of only God knows, you know, it'll be fine, God is protecting, all of that, if I'm going to continue with that mentality and not be true to myself about what I'm actually going through and actually feel it, I'm probably going to lose my mind, you know. I decided to just, that's when I decided in December that I can't carry on, guys. I couldn't carry on. I had not planned once again to disappear, but I couldn't carry on. I had to be there for myself because I have the most amazing support system, guys. My husband, my family were there. We went through this, and in no time we were fine because, guys, I have the most supportive family, and this thing blew off so quickly. And I was okay, but I still, my cup wasn't full enough for me to come back and start, you know, pouring myself out again. But in a nutshell, guys, December was hell. December yam beno Satan. Gibonu Satan, guys. Ngamehlo wami, and Satan happened to be, guys, let me tell you, guys, don't look for somebody onaling manaka. Don't look. The devil doesn't necessarily look the way we think he looks. He's not all dressed in black with horns and flames on his head. Guys, the devil is the person you are laughing with. The devil is the person you're doing favors for. The devil is the person you are sharing a plate with. Guys, be careful, right? Anyway, that was basically then my December. And guys, I think I'm going to give you guys the rest of this video when I finish. Let me get going and find out if I'm needed. But basically there was, when I come back, I'm just going to give you guys the lowdown of me being back and way to from here. But that was my December, guys, and it was very tough, and I had to move on, I had to heal, I had to, you know, but the long short of it, I'm okay now, I'm fine now, we are ready to move on. And when I come back, I'm gonna tell you guys where to from here. Hey guys, still me, still the same day, just much later on. Excuse the different clothes, let's just move on. So I was saying that I'm gonna come back to do the way to from here, right? So basically I'm back. First and foremost, I am back. I'm very happy to be back. I'm so excited to be back. From here on, guys, we're basically just going where God leads, trusting God with everything. You know, I was hoping that by now Sensual Beauty, that's the name of my salon, I was hoping that by now Sensual Beauty would be up and running, but it's not, and that's God's plan. And I trust God. He knows why. He knows what his plans are for me, and I trust him with all of my life. So I'll see where God takes me from here. And when it finally happens, please do come and show some love and, you know, make me feel better about the decisions that I took last year, because sometimes I sit and I'm like, maybe I should have just opened with those people. And by the way, funny enough, guys, the salon that made me leave the center has now taken my place. The salon that was mine, they've now taken that specific shop because now it is vacant. So they went for that. So all that work that I did in there, they get to benefit, but it's okay. It's not a train smash. The painting and everything that I had done was reimbursed, so it's okay. It's not much of a loss in that regard, but it's just really sad. It does still make me sad. But anyway, when it happens, please do show some love. I trust that you guys will come through for me. But Sensual Beauty, guys, whether or not I find a place, Sensual Beauty is getting off the ground. I'm going to be sharing some exciting news with you guys soon. I can't wait. And yeah, guys, from here, like I said, I'm just going where God leads, and I am being there for myself. You know, I am yeah, man, I think the most important thing for me right now is to continue being there for myself, continue standing up for myself. It's a very big thing for me, you know, continue choosing me, because hey guys, sometimes also to you're being kind-hearted, you'll think you're having a good heart, Ganti, you're actually setting yourself up for failure, you're opening yourself up for backstabbing and all of that. And over here we have experienced it, and I'm not going back there. So yeah, some things and some situations, some people will really make you change who you are, or will really take out a side of you that you don't like to take out. Some people and some experiences will really, you know, get you to behave a certain way and change the person that you are, and decide to not be a certain way just because you feel that you need to protect yourself. And I think that's where I am, you know. Hey guys, you can never be too sure, guys. So yes guys, from here also Febmas is coming up. For those of you that are new, Febmas is firstly February. It's my birthday month, and usually in December I get too busy for me to take part in Vlogmas. So my husband then suggested that, how about you do Febmas, you know, also in commemoration of your birthday month, you know. So for the Feb, I'm going to be doing Febmas, and that's where I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently, a whole lot of content. Looking forward to that as well. And I did take note of all your content suggestions that I asked for when you guys were responding on my Instagram and on my YouTube. Thank you so much for your suggestions. They are all well noted. You guys asked for more sit downs, for hauls, for more cooking, more family content. Guys, I have noted every single thing. There's a whole lot, and I've noted everything, right? And lastly, thank you guys so much. Yeah, my last point is thank you so much, guys, for your support. Thank you for being here, thank you for your continued love to this channel, the love that you showed to this channel, the love that you showed to me, everybody that I feature on my channel, my family, my husband. Guys, thank you. I can never thank you enough. Old and new munchies, thank you so much to all of you. You guys are so amazing. You guys make this all so easy. Please continue to be kind. Please continue to be kind, but don't be weak, okay? And you'll survive anything. Be kind, but not weak. Stand up for yourself, guys. That's another very important thing. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your truth. Live your truth. No matter what, guys, you will go through a lot for your truth. Live your truth. Don't be scared of where God has put you, because there's a seed of fear that has been planted in you. You know your conversations with God. You know your prayers with God. You know when God is answering all those prayers. And it's not going to be up to someone to decide that, no, actually, by the way, I am the one that will decide whether or not, you know. And yeah, guys, trust God and the timing of your life. That's what I've had to do, especially with Sensual Beauty, guys. I have had to trust God and the timing that He has for my life and for Sensual Beauty, and I'm looking forward to that, man. I've had so much support in terms of Sensual Beauty already behind the scenes. My on-screen mom, again, was one of the people that was so involved with Sensual Beauty from the start. From the moment I spoke to her, she referred me to this amazing lady in Pretoria, Sis Lou. She has salons. So if you guys are based in Pretoria, please go to Lou. I think it's, I'll write her name, the name of the salon. I think it's Lou Beauty or something. Yeah. Please show Sis Lou some love if you're in Pretoria, Centurion. She does amazing work as well, and she is one of my mentors. Very supportive. She was literally pushing me, asking me about progress every single week, asking me to send her the logo, asking me to send her the signage, the progress. Also, I was working with an amazing company called PJ Designs. They are the ones that did my signage, and there's also Mutle Furnitures, who made my couches, my beautiful couches. Guys, literally the salon is ready. It just needs a place to operate from. They made me beautiful pink couches, which, guys, all these people, I'm mentioning them because they worked with me so beautifully, and had it not been for the delay that we had in terms of a place to operate from, everything would be sorted. You guys would know about these people. I would have plugged you guys about them as well, because they are amazing service providers. But anyway, we continue to trust God, and we know that in his time he'll make it happen. We trust that. We are resting in that. So yes guys, I am done, and I will see you guys, I think from here on I'm gonna see you guys when Febmas starts. I can't wait for that. So please do make sure that in the meantime you are subscribed. And I haven't forgotten about the giveaway as well. I think in the next video we will just present the full giveaway and also start with it. And yeah guys, I think from here on in February. Looking forward to Febmas so much. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in February. I love you guys. Don't forget to tell your friends, tell their friends about the channel. Guys, that was the final distraction, and that was a sign for me to also now start saying goodbye. So goodbye. I love you all so much. See you guys in February. Mwah.